Yo, Peen Team. Yo, Boob Crew, what's up? Hi, such a bad intro. I'm keeping it, whatever. This is my 3 month check in, I guess. I don't know, 3 month ramble. I've officially, almost exactly, played for 3 months. Here, I'll pull up a screenshot of my playtime. I have 58 days played, 17 hours, which is that like 15 hours a day, I think, which is pretty bad or pretty good, I guess. I don't know if good or bad, but I've played a lot for the last 3 months. I'll pull up my temple here. It says I'm on a 843, which is nine. Yeah, that's 9 ep a day, which is not great, but um, yeah, I've been playing a lot still. Um, and I mean, speaking of ep, there was a change to the EHP for free to play. Well, for all free to play accounts, I guess, but free to play UIMs definitely got a big um, EHP change yesterday. Actually, it changed. It made melees a little bit higher, range a little bit higher. They made prayer lower, crafting lower, smithing higher, and they also changed magic and woodcutting. But overall, I lost like 40 ep through smithing, which isn't the end of the world. It's like makes the yeah, I was getting over EHP basically, so now I'm getting accurate rates, which is I'm okay with, but it did kind of suck losing 40 ep. Um, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like basically for the last, I guess this month, um, I was on I was in the Solus EHP week comp. Um, that was at the beginning of July. I'll pull up a picture. I was on the Come to Brazil team. Shout out Brazil, I guess. Um, yeah, I had a pretty fun time. I played. Let's see if I can pull it up. I played a 132 week, which was second place on my team. My team lost. We were second place out of four. We actually got pretty close to winning, but the inducted kind of popped off as kind of expected he would, and we just couldn't really compete. But I mean, if you look at the picture, like the lowest on our team was an 80, and the majority of us got over 120. So like I don't know, it was an insane week. Like people were playing some crazy numbers, um, and I could have gotten higher than a 130. I guess 133. I could have definitely done like a 140 if I pushed myself harder, but it is what it is. Like I'm happy to be second place. Um, but yeah, I'll pull up my EHP because I was doing smithing for the comp for the majority of it, and the real time rate was 30K an hour, which is what I was using during the comp. But smithing is 24K. Well, I guess it's 25K now, but because like the time to telegraph gnats and everything. So I was technically, whoops, I'll pull it up. I was technically on a. Okay, why can't I find the screenshot of it? I was on a 161 week, but that was like kind of stored EHP. I also had 19 ep in range. That was on the last day. Whenever I ran out of nature runes, I just kind of one tick flicked moss giants for a very long time. It was very painful. Um, yeah, I'll pull up the screenshot of like the top few people. Yeah, the top 12 were all 132 pluses. Like you can see how many like hours people played during this comp. It was ridiculous. And inducted on a 161 is crazy as well. But um, it was a pretty fun comp. I ended up getting a smithing 30 hour that I'm pretty happy with. I got an 890K, which I don't know, so like 29.4 or something like that. I could have done a 30 hour if I really put the effort in, but I don't know, I'm pretty happy with this. Second place is Koozies, which is a pay to player, and he got removed from the leaderboards after I took the screenshot. So I'm effectively like almost double what the actual 30 hour is, which is pretty insane. That Just like no one's done a 30-hour but me. Um, this is what my inventory looked like after the comp. That's not the right inventory. I had 30 Moss Giant keys. Ended up doing 30 Brio. Or I think it was like 32 Brio or something. It wasn't very interesting. I don't know. Bossing in free to play is pretty boring. But I ended up getting a few EHB. I think I have like 4 EHB, which is something, I guess. But after I finished up like clearing out my inventory of all my Brio loot, I made the Rune Scimitar, which is kind of like the free to play item, you know, like, or the free to play Iron Man item at least. It's like the brick wall that people have to like get past. But nowadays, free to play Iron Man is like pretty easy, especially with things like ogresses. Like, it only took me 3 months. It would have taken me like 2 months to get the Rune Sim if I wasn't storing up EHP for the comp. But basically 3 months for the Rune Sim, or 2.5, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of insane how easy the Rune Sim is nowadays. Like, back in the day, if you look at like Automelogy's old videos, the Rune Sim is like a massive milestone. But you know, it is what it is. Game gets devalued over time. You can't like be too mad about it. But once I made the Rune Sim, or not the Rune Sim, I kind of didn't really use it. I was ranging Minotaurs for about a week to store up. It was like 4,000 bone fragments and 9,000 rune essence, which is enough to get me 70 rune crafting, which is kind of what I'm doing now. And that's like the next 100. I think it's like 100 hours, roughly, to get to 70 RC. So that's like the next like week or so. But I'm going to be getting over EHP because I got under EHP when I was ranging Minotaurs, storing up RC supplies. So now I'm going to get over EHP. I get like almost 1.5 to 1, which is kind of stupid. But yeah, so I'm going to be getting over EHP for the next 100 hours or so. And then once I get 70 RC, I'm kind of thinking about like, what if I just like sent 90, 95 RC, just, you know, get it out of the way? Because my goal is to max this account like relatively quickly, like within a year and a half, hopefully. And, you know, might as well just send rune crafting early, because they're not going to devalue rune crafting the next year probably. Maybe they will, which, you know, is its own thing. But basically, like, when I'm ranging Minotaurs, I also have my melee gear on me, and I can AFK fleshies like a couple hours a day, which just get my melee stats up a little bit, which like on the way to 99 RC, that's going to be like base 90s melees probably, maybe a little bit less than that. Actually, I don't know. It depends how much I'm ranging, but it'll basically just like speed, what's the word, like, I'll just get a jump start on my melees so that I can melee ogresses for the remainder of my XP and just get smithing and crafting done that way. I'll probably not be able to do any hill giants on this account because I'm doing minotaurs for all my rune crafting and fleshies whenever I have to AFK, so I'm losing a lot of melee XP for bone fragments. Which means I have to do a lot more ogresses, which means probably not any hill giants, which means a lot more double hopping boneyard. And it's a whole big like loop, or a big chain reaction of worse methods because I'm doing minotaurs for RC. But minotaurs are like 250 rune crafting XP per hour higher than earths are, because like the average RC XP per hour you get when you're doing minotaurs for supplies and then rune crafting, it's 5k an hour, and earth's at like peak efficiency is 4.75 or something KXP per hour, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it's only like 150 hours saved. But I'm also getting like range EHP, which I guess kind of inflates my EHP, but I'm not bothered by that. I'll have like, I think 99 rune crafting from Minotaurs is like 31 mil range XP, which is kind of insane. Um, but yeah, that's my plan right now. I might just send like a high runecraft level because I'm already kind of geared up for it. Um, and I'll pull up a picture of my stats. Like these are my stats, like at 3 months in. I'm saving fishing for the end. Fishing and cooking are like the last ones I want to do because after max I want to send 200 mil fish and get like the 200 mil fish year on temple. Hopefully, I guess depends if I actually want to stick to that, but yeah, I'm pretty close with like I'm not pretty close to anything I guess, but I don't need to get like an insane amount more smithing XP. Like I have to do you get what is it like 0.25. I don't know the actual number. I just made that number off the top of my head, but crafting gets you a lot of smithing XP, so I'm actually like not that far away from finishing smithing. I just have to do probably what I just did twice or one more time, I guess. Um, the thing that scares me the most right now is prayer because I'm a Jagex account, so I only get an hour of double hop boneyard or roughly an hour. It's like 59 minutes, which usually isn't that big of a deal. Um, but the issue is like recently, if you've, I mean, I don't know, it's not super easily. How do I say this? Like recently, boneyard or double hopping in general has been really broken for Jagex accounts. Like Jake Hathaway and I have been like having a lot of issues with it, and like it's very frustrating because you can't double hop like half the time, half of my game time. Like I can't double hop because double hopping is broken for Jagex accounts, and the team, I don't want to say they're incompetent, but like they they aren't aware when they break double hopping, so it takes at least a week of like us finding that it's broken, us like sending a message to the JMods for it to actually get fixed, which is extremely frustrating. And like right now, continuous hopping is still broken, even though for the last like week and a half, Sucking This 4 and I have been trying to fix it. But whatever, it is what it is. It's kind of our fault by becoming Jagex accounts, which, I mean, nothing we can do about it, but eventually we just have to hope that hop limit gets removed or they stop breaking double hopping. I don't know if that's a pipe dream or not, but the goal is eventually to just not be limited by being a Jagex account, which is unlikely, but that's my biggest concern for the account. Another concern I have is they recently came up with a poll, recently, like I guess 2 weeks ago. They had an open beta, and I think they're going to poll it soon with the run energy changes, and it's going to be like a substantial increase in XP per hour for a lot of free-to-play UIM methods. Like, I mean, it's all up in the air right now. Nothing's been polled, or nothing's been like fully confirmed, but we think that prayer is going to be like at least like 2 or 3,000 XP per hour higher. Smithing's going to be a lot faster. Crafting's going to be a lot faster. Potentially rune crafting's going to be faster too. It wouldn't be like too much faster, but it would be at least a few hundred XP per hour higher, which really sucks to think about. Like everything can become substantially faster with this update that really doesn't like. I don't think any free to players like is asking for this run energy change. Like I don't know why they have to change level 1 agility run rates. Like I don't know. I mean I could complain about this forever, so I'm just gonna stop here. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Month 3 is done. I might do a video at month 4. Probably not. I'll do like month 5 unless I'm still rune crafting. I don't know. I want to like get to a moment on my account where it's like interesting. Like I don't know. Month 3, I finished like the comp and I finished rune sim, which is kind of substantial. Now I'm just rune crafting. But yeah, that's kind of it. I don't really have anything else to say. See you next few months maybe. I don't know.